Hello, guys. Welcome back to 1878 Blues. Unfortunately, we've heard the news today that Bill Kenwright, our chairman, has passed away at the age of 78 last night at home with his family. Um, I don't really know how to feel, to be honest. I'm not the best when it comes to death. I know it's a part of life, but I really struggle to talk about it with no emotion inside me whatsoever. Some people have different emotions and feelings towards death, and I just always feel very emotional. I think a lot about the family he leaves behind. Um, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. Um, News. Um, yeah, he's been at the club since 1989. Um, a long life Evertonian. A lot of people know himself for his theatre work as well and Coronation Street. Well respected in them fields as well as in football as well. And there's a lot of people out there who have been, and myself, questioning, um, hoping in a sense as well that his time at the club should come to an end. Um, should have should have, in my opinion, left the club a number of years ago, maybe after the first year of Machiri's ownership, and that's nothing in terms of any sort of real negative feelings towards him. I just believe that he needed to move on from the club, and hopefully we can start to see a new chapter at Everton. But I can't deny his overall love for the club. I think you can see it from a lot of the players, former players, people who know him in the game, and people know him personally. How much he loved Everton and how much he cared. And I have he's obviously been at this club and tried to. He's done his best. He's tried to make Everton the club, a very successful club in his time. He tried to do a number of things. He's a blue in heart, and um, all you can ask is for the best for Everton. And fortunately, it's not been easy in the past. Potentially, you could say since Moyes left, he's had to jump between different managers, make massive decisions, and then obviously he's let the majority of the control to Machiri since 2016, I think. Um, but his family, I've heard, and people close to him believed he should have walked away at a certain point and focus on his health, which is obviously, you know, um, has taken control of him, um, and unfortunately has resulted in his death. I feel really, really just sad. I think I was out, so I got told about 5, 6 hours ago. I think when I was out with been out with two friends today, and I got a text off my former work group chat, um, that I was tagged that he passed away. I got told that he passed away, and I looked online. I couldn't believe it, and I've seen a few couple of rumours on Twitter, and I did think it was strange to, if someone's going to create fake rumours about this. I knew about his surgery a few weeks ago. Um, so I was a bit worried. And I do know the media don't always tell you straight away. It normally is, they know about it a few hours before, so maybe it was leaked. And I was worried we just never know. I've heard mad things before, and it's not been true. And then I went to meet another friend and go for the pint, and I was just watching Sky Sports News at the same time, and it just popped up out of nowhere, and inside I felt numb. It was just really sad. I think in the times of the club at the moment, I really feel sorry that, well, the loads of ownership issues we have at the club at the moment, or the potential takeover and whatnot, it's been a lot going on at the club, and it's just such a sad time for him to go, especially as well with the new stadium. Really sad. I'm really, really disappointed. Not disappointed, just really sad for him that he can't. He's invested in the club for such a long time, and for him not to see the last game at Goodison, and to see the opening of the new stadium, to me is really hitting me hard that, an Evertonian, any Evertonian from now till then, whoever pass away won't be able to see that, and it's just really sad, really sad. Yeah, just awful news. Um, you know, he's been a part of Everton since I've ever known. He's, obviously I was born in the 90s, so he's been there since day dot, since I turned the blue, and um, I've never had an association with him. I've never spoken to him, never met him, but I did go to a game one time for free because I went with a friend at the time. She invited me to a game. Tickets from him. He gave to her for free, courtesy of himself of doing that for her. I think because she was attending the Everton school. I don't know if that was a thing he used to do, but yeah, he got an email and he sent her tickets, and it was a nice touch. Yeah, anyone I'm seeing now is saying how such of a nice guy he is, and everyone's had their. He's a businessman as well at the end of the day, and people have had their ups and downs with him. But yeah, it's just such a terrible loss. You hear sometimes when people are ill, and it doesn't get the stories. It doesn't get the limelight. The headlines really, because yeah, it just doesn't. It's if it new. It hasn't really been progressed in the stories online that his illness and stuff. It's not really been headline news, and it's you kind of read about it and just go, hope he's alright and stuff. And it normally is the case that they're alright, and it's just sad that it's actually happened. Yeah, just shocked really. It's awful the way he's left behind a family. Um, his partner Jenny, his daughter Lucy, his grandchildren, and yeah, anyone who was relatively close to him. It's just a real hard and sad time for Everton Football Club and for his family especially. And yeah, yeah, it's just going to be a tough few days for the club and for the fans. And I said before, most importantly, the family. It's where do we go from here? Um, of course, there'll be a minute of silence for Everton's next game at West Ham, but obviously there'll be a bit more of a celebration of his life. The following game at home, I can't remember who we're playing at home next, but yeah, it's sad as well. It's just awful. The fact he's passed away as well after the Merseyside derby defeat. which makes it even more sad to me, to be honest. It's just, it just makes it even more sad that he still worked for Everton. He's still the chairman. Um, it's the last line of what's starting to become the last line of football clubs having, especially massive football clubs, having their owner as a support of the club. Um, and it's new times for us now, and actually I've got to celebrate his life. You know, everyone's got to have their opinions on him. But I feel like, in respect for him and his family and everyone, you know, and I believe Evertonians will be treating this situation in that way as well. And like I said, respecting him, I think, you know, that's what we have to do. That's what we will do, and that's what I want to do. And I want to, you know, pay me respects. And um, I hope for the new stadium, they'll have some, what they must do, they will have some sort of memorial thing for them, a plaque, maybe a stand maybe named after them. I'm not too sure what's the follow up from this, but that's not really important right now. It's more to do with just celebrating the life of an Evertonian who did his best for the club, and that's all. That's all you can ask for. All he's had is good intentions. But yeah, I'm really, really feeling a bit, you know, emotional about this. Really am. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you all soon throughout the week. I expected my next video to be a match preview, but obviously this I had to talk about, and I had to pay my respects to Bill. But yeah, rest in peace, Bill, mate. See you soon.